I wrote them that email it was like February 7th, 2024.
Week before Valentine.
Yes, I was writing them a Valentine's Day letter because that's how long it took them to read it. It was 7 days later. No, but however, I got 10 days later or so, whatever it was, I get a response. I don't remember. It's all on email though. And they're like, oh, well, we got this new contract coming in May. Like right now, financially, it's tough. We'll get back to you when, we're inking the new deal with Volume. I was like, okay, whatever. So May comes and goes. All the while, all the other things that are happening that are difficult, like obviously, like you hinted at, where we said my relationship with Mal, like the waiting in the studio extensively for hours, like it's just all of this stuff is cumulatively happening at once. It's not the email is just one of many things and it's also like I'm sending you an email about my livelihood, about my compensation, about my like just existing in New York and being able to afford the city. All the while, I'm seeing you guys twice a week. We're sitting behind cameras. You're making fun of me to my face, which is fine. All good, love and war, whatever. But like, I can take you calling me slurs and shitting on me time and time again if you actually respect me as a human being off the camera and like say, hey, we may not be able to take care of you right now, but we'll get back to us, which was the initial conversation. When I was like, okay, respect, got you. So then I follow up in, I believe May blows by.
Wait, I just want to.
Sure.
There was that email was about treatment being better.
No, that email is purely about my retainer.
Okay, got it.
Solely money. So then up comes June or July, either a month or two after they said they would get back to me. I let it go on a little longer. Checked in, left unread for whatever how long. Nothing again. And when I say nothing, it's all me talking to Rory. Mal's not involved with any of this.
All right, everybody. I want to shout out this sponsor I have, intotheam.com. They are a brand that prioritizes passion, creativity. And, over the last few weeks, I've been looking at my fashion choices and I thought, man, I needed some help. So I reached out to Into the AM and they were able to give me some tips and tricks. And everything I'm wearing right here, from the quarter zip to my joggers, is what I chose to style myself for the interview with Imani. And on top of that, they have some really cool sales going on. They have the 4th of July sale, but they also have a promo code you can use. It is the stop. So what you need to do is just go to intotheam.com, look up what you want to buy, and you can get up to 70% off of clothes. And the promo code is intotheam.com/stop. So if you're looking for some nice, affordable clothes that really set the trends, go to the intotheam.com website. All right, y'all. Salute. Back to the interview.
And then comes, I forget at what point. Damn, I wish I had the timeline right. Whatever, I can mince it together at another time. They hired someone to do social media. This company, I don't remember the name of them, to take over the Instagram, Twitter, YouTube optimization, which they did. They just literally did what I was doing, and it was they were paying them, whatever, it's a couple $1,000 a month, something like that a month. So in mind, I'm like, so your fix was to just pay somebody to do something I've been doing for 3 years, and I was like, that's up. Like I'm already doing it. Just give me the money that you said you initially didn't have, but now you have to give to somebody else. So then Rory's thing was, well, we're taking money, we're taking work off your plate, so you can just focus on. He was basically saying we're positioning you more as a personality, so you don't have to do a lot of like the administrative like back and work. I was like, great, but like now I'm managing a team. Like the social team was like my responsibility. I had weekly calls with them. Like I would, so it was like, you're just shifting the type of work that I'm doing. It's not necessarily make my life easier. It's just changing the work that I'm doing. Plus, make it clear, I was fine doing the work I was doing. I would just, again, wanted the proper compensation for the work that I was doing. Mm-hmm. So whatever, we continue. I'm not doing social media anymore, but pod goes on. My request still valid, by the way. I'm still waiting to get an email for my, official answer to my request. Stuff goes on, whatever. Like more shit comes up through the pipeline. All like negative, whatever. Just like internal nonsense. I can't. There's so many moments. It's just hard to even like. It's just like when you're like in like a bad situation or whatever, and it's like like, just like things that should be a big deal or things that are like points of concern you don't give attention to because it's just like these compounding problems that just keep happening and happening.
There's so much happening.
Yeah, it's just like, who am I to just like single something? It's just like, it's exhaustive. I'm go in, we'll record, I'm leaving. Like we're all on autopilot. Show up, record, dip. Like we're so far beyond the growth process or anything like that. Everyone's just like whatever. So damn, I'm really trying to think what else. Oh, well, there's a huge falling out I have with Benner.
What was that?
Yeah. So you say I don't know how much I really want to get into this.
Was it like email or was it like
no? Is him? He threw a hissy fit and cursed me out in person for like 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Twice. He did it twice.
Because you asked about that like email.
No. So he and Rory were having a riff. Because Benner's Rory's manager.
I know. He's like the Ian.
Sure. Some not. There's a difference. And I was playing middleman to their problems. Benner, who at the time was someone I looked at like a mentor and like a OG, so to speak, and Rory is a friend, and they would both just air each other out to me, and I would take both sides, sit with all this fucking like whatever, and then relay. It was never like Benner Rory said or like Rory Benner said. I would respect their opinions of what they said to me and never like mix, keep them separate. I was compartmentalized, but I would say, hey, like have you tried this, or like maybe you need to do that. Like I was very much like trying to make it work, be the peacekeeper. I don't know what in particular happened, but something Benner must have misconstrued something or like convinced himself. He's also I don't want to do this because it sounds like so like,
alcoholic.
No.
Like that's what you did in your
no, not Rory. No, Benner's got different vices. No, but like it's like the like Rory was going to fire Benner, and I don't know when somehow I became the bad guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fun clip content, right? Yeah, live it up. This is going on my channel.
It is?
Yeah.
Wait,
we'll figure it out.
No, I'm keeping this for my channel.
No, we didn't discuss where this is leaving.
We'll simulcast. It'll be like you.
Can we do that?
Yeah, you put it on your channel. I put it on mine.
Can you do that? Oh, you're saying? Yeah. You're just gonna put out the whole.
You. No, this is going on my channel, bro. I'll pay you off, but yeah.
Sure, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in post.
You send me an email and I'll ignore it.
I'm used to it. It wouldn't be the first time.
Like December.
So fuck you. So Rory basically that was their relationship. It got to that point. Benner was already getting removed from Rory's like music process. Rory was going to sign with like another label, I think LVRN or somewhere else to handle his music business because that was going south with him on contracts and stuff. Yeah, you could laugh. It's funny, right? It's funny.
I'm laughing because it's like you're really like getting to it. Like
you asked me these questions.
I didn't expect it.
So
keep going.
Then I became the bad guy and somehow in that mess. And then Benner came to me and was like, "You're basically accused me of convincing Rory to want him out of the picture," which I was completely caught off guard. And then he he called me every word he could but the N-word. As much as he bit his tongue on that one. And then you know me, Mr. I don't respond. I take everything on the chin, including punches, and I just goes, "Oh, okay." And then that was like, our relationship's done though. Like I'm not even a working relationship with you. We're done.
After this, yeah.
Fair, right? I was like, I have a job to the show. Also, you don't really work on the show, man. Like he never did anything for the show. So it wasn't like, like what? So I was like, okay, so we life goes on. And then obviously Rory and Benner their relationship was not great. So Benner and Mal got very close. That's when things got worse because Benner hates me now. Mal's always hated me. So guess what?
Bond.
Boom. There's your uranium fusion. There's your bunker buster. So, which it's funny because like now that I'm talking through it, I should have seen the signs. Like the first sign was them bringing on someone to do my job. at the
Usually is a sign at most workplaces.
no, like to do one part of my job. I wore many hats, but like step one was get somebody into all the social accounts, do all that stuff, and I should have sniffed it out then. But whatever, you live and learn. So anyway, yeah, that's when stuff got like worse, and then like significantly worse, and then like the was it around, I don't know, the end of the year before my meeting with them, Benner had come in for a meet. It was our first time seeing each other in person in like months, and he did his like same thing, had a fucking blow up in my face. But that time Maul was there. Maul sat there. Maul was rolling weed during the whole thing.
He always rolling.
Just hanging out. I'm like, you're watching this guy scream at me, yell down my throat, like just go there, you fucking. And he didn't do a single thing. Which is like, okay. And then afterwards, he like kind of convinced. He tried to tell me that what I did was wrong. Which I was like, well, I'm sorry, what?
You got gaslit by the
big time. So I was like, I'm sorry. I was at fault. You watched it happen. I was like, what are we? So anyway, yeah, I said one thing in that exchange. And it was when, after he chewed me out for like 20 minutes, I get in the elevator. I said, suck my dick. And then I hit the button to go down the elevator and left. And there, because I knew that they were going to say, you said something. Maul held on to that as if I like threatened his family. Like, it was like, that was like, the guy tiraded me and berated. It was like clearly I am on my own.
Yeah.
So knowing that, I was always prepared to get clipped. At this point, I'm well aware that the email and all that shit is just like, that's null and void. A raise. Yeah, right.
Raise
So
up out of here.
yeah, you raise your ass up out of here. Yeah.
But why on IG were you almost seeming like you were going to come back?
I didn't. You put that out there. I never said anything about me coming back or gave the. You do the thing where you overlook into shit. And you're like, there's a road to redemption. Like it's not. You did that. I didn't say anything about me ever coming back.
Like, well, you were like, yo.
What do you mean by it looked like? What did I say that made you think that?
I gotta wait. You were saying things on your private.
Well, I was. No, it's not. I gotta wait within respects to. Let's see how they handle me leaving, which they didn't.
Okay.
Because that's their thing. Just ignore it like it didn't happen. Until they got pressured enough to make an aside of it at the tail end of a episode going into a Patreon. What do you mean, thanks to you?
I was the one covering the Julian firing.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
I was at the forefront of Julian.
Yeah.
coverage.
So after like 4 or 5 episodes, I got a, hey, if you haven't noticed, that's a great way to approach your audience. If you haven't noticed, come on. All right. So then they say what they said, and then go to Patreon. Right?
Go to Patreon.
How would you feel about that? If you work somewhere for like years and then
have a mic.
Well, I'm just mean like in general.
Well, Julian's asking Destiny, our engineer, how she would feel about being fired.
Well, no, it's not just a firing. Yeah. It's like you put in your time, your heart, your soul into something for years, and then like it's like it's like, oh, take the trash out on the way out. It's not good though, right? It's pretty shitty. It's pretty disrespectful. Yeah, it sucks. It wasn't fun. Yeah, so I just want to. Good, we have someone with a shared experience.
Maybe I have my own channel, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna hire you for a day just so I can do that to you.
I would love to. And then I got fired from the Julian podcast. Danny from the stop. But I definitely been through podcast breakups, and I haven't even had a podcast really. But I get it. It's just it actually makes sense. You would be like, because how do you think they should have handled it? Like, should they have? That's kind of like what you said to me earlier. Like, what is a toxic work environment? It's in the opinion, but how can you really handle?
Well, my thing, and it sounds so corny, but like, if what you're saying isn't going to make me happy, you should still say it. Like, don't drag me through the year when I send you something in February, and ultimately when it clicks in September, that is not going to happen. Like, don't do this like 7-month long game of you knowing you've made your decision about how you felt about me and where I stood within the company. Just tell me that. Because if you had told me that, you'd be like, all right, bet. I know my role. I'll lock in and do what I'm asked of. Or I'll just, look elsewhere or find another opportunity or something like that. Like, don't, I was hopeful, and a lot of that hope was hinging on my relationship and my friendship with Rory, and not because I convinced myself of that, because we would also speak very openly and candidly about. I would tell him like, "Hey, my brother's getting married in June. I can't afford a new suit," or like, "Hey, like I legit cannot afford to live like." I'm not someone that goes shopping. I'm not a lavish spender. I don't like do shit. I'm very much at the crib. Like I'll have a dinner with a friend or something like that on the weekend. But like I'm not a clubber. I don't like I don't do shit. So it's like if I'm not doing much that would cause an expense, why am I still not able to like live a lifestyle? So then I'm like, okay, let me look.
Bare minimum.
Sure, yeah. I'm literally living the bare minimum New York lifestyle. So I'm like I'm looking up. Okay, well let me see if here are the titles that they gave me. Let me look at the average New York salary for the titles that they gave me. 2 titles I held. 2. Pick one. I was making below 40, 50 grand the average in New York. Just pick one of them. I'm doing 2 of them.
Damn.
So it's like, I'm not saying to add the 2 and combine them and that's what I should be making. No, I'm being reasonable. I'm just saying like pay me the average of what one of my titles is worth in the city. That's it.
Damn, Julian. It's tough out here.
This is more than you thought you were going to get, isn't it? Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this. I was like, damn, I kind of have it good. Do you know what?
I have it good.
I get to sit on my YouTube channel and just react to y'all bullshit. And I got to deal with that. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Sure.
I'm talking from my perspective. It wasn't dope what happened to you, obviously. But all right, that was a lot. I'm not going to lie about it. That was a lot, Julian. Thank you for sharing that with me. I think I'm better than your therapist. You should pay me. That's just my opinion.
Shut up.
My opinion, man. It's my opinion. Hey, everybody. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you all to check out intotheam.com to get some nice clothing for you as you try to set the trends in your city. Intotheam.com, promo code to stop if you want an extra 10% off on top of the 4th of July sale. Thank you, everybody.